See, Nathaniel, I met you at Black Writers Weekend and we chatted a bit on the red carpet. What have you been up to since then?
It's been moving. It's been a tremendous blessing to be able to do the things that I've always dreamt of, to write, to make impactful films, to share books, to help writers.
When did you first realize that this was what you were called to do?
Probably 4 or 5 years old. Told my mother I wanted to be a writer. I don't know how that came about. I don't know what I was thinking other than seeing her. She used to write a lot of poetry and I would watch her. And so I guess that was my inspiration to start writing, and I started writing poetry. And then it evolved into short stories and writing down ideas and sticking them in my pocket and say, one day I'm going to put this in a movie. One day I'm going to put this on television. Or watching my family, which is included of many, many, many characters. So I would say, oh yeah, Uncle Buzz, okay, I see what you're doing. Those ideas that kind of evolved over the years, like, yep. And so I started having, at the time it was a junk drawer. So in my top drawer of my dresser, I used to just put all the little pieces of paper and notes in there. And then it got to be too much. So then it became this duffel bag.
What is it like to incorporate your family into your work?
So some of it is just my interpretation of things that have happened or how I remembered certain things. So all of it is not, nonfiction. This is exactly what happened, but it was inspired by them.
What did it look like to transition from news writing and editorial to filmmaking?
Yeah, it was actually organic. So it wasn't, I'm going to work this for 4 years and it didn't happen that way. The short version of the story is I started in journalism right after college. So I had a 1-year internship after I graduated undergrad, and then that led to a full-time job at a newspaper in Wilmington, North Carolina. And then from there, I moved to Pittsburgh, worked for a couple of other newspapers there. And so the transition was just, okay, I'm going to write. I'm going to figure out how to do things in the writing world. And that whole time I was writing books. The whole time I was helping other people write books. And then I transitioned to photography. I had a photography studio in Pittsburgh and still writing, still putting those little notes in my little duffel bag, all of those types of things. And then I got these 2 interns from the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. And one of them was on the film side of things and one was on the photography side of things. And they said, hey, we need to do a film project for our class project. And I was like, oh, here we go, let's do it. So I grabbed one of those ideas that I constantly had that I knew was written somewhere, and I said, I'll write something up and then, we can figure out how to do it. And so that's what we did. And that on that weekend that we shot it, we basically shot everything in the photography studio or right around the studio. It was one of the best weekends of my life.
So tell us about Same Spot, and then tell us a little bit about Remember.
Yes, so Same Spot is a romance that has a breast cancer theme. I don't want to get too much into detail of how that theme plays a part, but it's a beautiful love story starring TJ Jackson and Nina Bell. And we have an amazing cast of supporting actors, great team that came together to do this. And this project is dear to me because we actually shot the project 6 years ago. It took us a long time to be able to pull the pieces together because every opportunity that came up from the devil, I'm just gonna say the devil because sometimes it's the devil, sometimes it's not, but I'm just gonna put it all on him at this point. We had so many issues from locations to equipment to sound. We had to rework the project to be able to get it to work, and it took us 6 years. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer for things to come to fruition, but if you keep at it, it'll get done.
Is there anything else we can look forward to? Anything else you can give us some sneak peeks on? And then where can they follow you?
Yeah, so we are having another screening of Remember Me, Dementia in the African American Community, and that is this coming Friday, November the 8th at 12:30 p.m. as part of the East Point Peachtree International Film Festival, and that'll be screening at the Sonesta Hotel in East Point. And so the link will be in the comments as well if it hasn't already been posted, or you can reach out to me on social media at C Nathaniel Brown on all platforms, and you'll be able to get more information there. But you can also go to exposedementia.com to find out more about the documentary. We've been traveling all over the country. We were just at Howard University yesterday. We screened it during the Essence Fest, multiple cities, and we're lining up spots for next year as well. So we're super excited about it.
Thank you again for being here with us. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all connect with C Nathaniel too. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in to another episode of In Creative Color. I am your host, Jazz on Fire.